Good morning dear students, welcome back to Science Online class. I hope you all are absolutely fine and doing well at your home. Dear students, in today's class we are going to discuss, or you can say we are going to extend the concept of components of cells. In last class we have discussed about the nucleus, plasma membrane. So here we are going to discuss the cell wall. So dear students, for perfect wall, what are the main required things? A good quality of cement, or you can say a good quality of bricks we want to prepare a cell walls. Okay. So here if you want to prepare a cell wall, whether it is a possible, no, it is a present, it is like a covering part of the cell itself. Okay. Let us try to understand this concept. Dear students, you can see here, this is the typical structure of cell walls. Okay. So it is the upper layer, or you can say protective layer of the cells. Okay. So what is the nature of these cell walls? It is the rigidity in nature, it is semi-elastic, means it is not a fully elastic, it is a semi-elastic, semi-transparent, and the protective covering present outside the plasma membrane. Okay. So where it is existing covering or you can say protecting covering outside layer. Where it is present in the plasma membrane. Where it is present? In the plant cell. Okay. So cell wall is present where? It is present in the plant cell. How it is made up of? It is made up of cellulose in the plants, fungal cellulose, and chitin in fungi. Okay. So these are the main components which are present in the cell walls. Dear students, as I told, for making a perfect wall we want a good quality of bricks, good quality of cement. In this way, if the components are not present in the cell wall, then it is highly difficult to protect the cell itself. Okay. So that's why it acts like a cell wall. This is the protective layer of the cells. Okay. So here you can see this is the extra deposition, or you can say as another deposition of the cell walls. So what is that deposition? It is a combination of lignin, suberin, and the cutin. Okay. So these are the extra deposition which are present in the cell walls. So why it is present? For preparing a thickness. Okay. Preparing a thickness of cell walls, then only it is possible to protect our cell body. Okay. So what is the main function of the extra deposition? It is not it protects our cell body. Why? Because it acts as a secondary thickening. Okay. It acts as a secondary thickening for protecting the cell body. So here another thing we have, that is the cementing layer. Okay. So for binding one bricks to another bricks, we want good quality of cement. In this way, if you want to connect one cell to the another cell, what is the main thing we have to do? We have to be check whether the good quality cement are present or not. So yeah, in the cell wall it is present. So what is that cementing layer? That is the middle lamella. Okay. So a cementing layer called as a middle lamella is present between the walls of two adjacent cells. Okay. Two adjacent cell means here it is one cell, here it is another cell. So they are joining with the binding of middle lamella. Okay dear students. So how it is binding? It is binding by the middle lamella. Okay. Then what is the process? Okay. So it possesses the small pores. Small pores means it have a very tiny pores which allows, or you can say the constituent small particles, they can connected with each other. Okay. So this cell walls, suppose this is the cell walls is there, the outer covering of the layer. So this have the small pores on the adjacent side. Okay. So with the small pores with the adjacent side, what happened? Their cells are connected with each other. The cells are connected with each other. So this is the main function of the cell wall. Let's talk about some another functions of the cell wall. Okay dear students. So first thing we have to keep in our mind, what is the role of the cell wall? That is, it provides the shapes to the cells. Okay. So what is the main function of the cell walls? to give a perfect shape to the cell body. Okay, so what is the what they are providing? It provides the shapes to the cells. Next, it provides the mechanical strength to the plants. Okay, if plants want to stand properly, okay, if plants want to make stand properly, then who will going to support here? The cell walls. Okay, the cell walls, which is the outing covering of, layer of the cells, they are providing the mechanical strength in the plants. As well as the next function is, or you can say the next role of the cell wall is, it protects against the pathogens. Okay, dear students, what do you mean by the pathogens? Whether you have learned? Yes, you have learned this thing. Pathogens are the nothing but the small microorganism which acts as a harmful bacteria. When it enters into our body, then what happens? The person causes the disease. Okay, so pathogens are the harmful bacteria, you can say, which causes the harmful disease. Okay, so here the cell wall, what is the role of cell wall? It protects against the pathogens and it provides the mechanical injury. Okay, if suppose an injury is happened in plant body or in the plants, then who will going to provide the mechanical strength? The cell walls. Okay, if any mechanical injuries happen, cutting or anything, then who will going to be provide this thing? That is the cell wall. So it protects against the mechanical injury. So the next concept, what is the main role of the next concept of the cell wall? So how the cell is developing, okay, how the cell is developing or how the cell wall is developing, they are depending with each other. So in other words, if you want to say that, if you want to know the growth of the cell walls, okay, if you want to growth of the cell walls, then it determines the growth of the cell. How the cell wall is developing? In similar way, the cell is also developing. Okay, so it provides the growth of the cell walls, which determines the growth of the cell. Okay, the next is, the cell wall is prevents the bursting of the cell on endosmosis. Okay, so endosmosis process is nothing but the solution is transferred from inside to the outside. So this is the endosmosis process. So in the cell wall, what they are doing? They are preventing the bursting of the cells. They are caring to the cell body. So they are providing the mechanical strength while endosmosis process. Okay, it's have ability to withstand a lot of variation in nature. If suppose any situation is come across to injury to the cell body, so always the cell wall is stand. Okay, so how our parents is supporting to us, in similar way the cell body is protecting by the whom? It is nothing but the cell wall. So it acts like a bodyguard of the cell body. Okay. So dear students, here one question we have, that does cell walls and the plasma membrane, okay, the cell walls and the plasma membrane, whether they have a same function? So this we have to be answered here. So on the basis of the nucleus and the nucleolus, we are going to be discuss here. Okay, so in the nucleus, it presents the whole eukaryotic complex that contain genetic information. Okay, so in the nucleus, what are the present things are there? That is the DNA, RNA, chromosomes. So these are the present where it is present in the nucleus. So in the nucleolus, what happened? It is components of the nucleus itself. So where the nucleolus is present, it is present in the nucleus itself. In the nucleus, it is covered by the two membrane envelope. Okay, so here the nucleus is covered by the two membrane envelope. Here it is without a covering membrane. Nucleus is without a covering membrane. In the nucleus, what happens? It controls the structure and working of the cell. What is the main function? It is control and structure of the working of the cell. Here in the nucleolus, what is the main function? That is, it synthesizes the ribosomal subunits. Okay, so these are the some concept whether we have the similar function or not. So, it is interrelated with the nucleus and the nucleolus. Dear students, here one extra information you have, that chromatin material. Okay. So, already we have discussed what is the chromosomes. Chromosomes are nothing but the thread like structure which is present in the animal and the human body. So, when we are talking about the chromatin material, it is nothing but the an intervented mass of the thread like structure made up of DNA and the protein. So, chromosomes, how it is made up? It is made up of DNA and the protein. So, during cell division, already we have discussed in the last class, during the cell division chromatin becomes a highly condensed. Okay. What happens? Chromatin becomes a highly condensed and thick and rod like structures known as a chromosomes. So, chromosomes, how you can get these chromosomes? From the chromatin material. Okay. So, what is the chromatin material? It is nothing but the thread like a structure which have a components are DNA and the protein. So, these are the some examples of chromatin material. Dear students, let us discuss about the next concept, that is the cytoplasma. Cytoplasma is nothing but the one of the organelles of the cells. Okay. So, dear students, let us discuss about the cytoplasma. Cytoplasma is nothing but the liquid. Okay. It is the composition of water and the salts in the cell body. Okay. Let us discuss about the structure and functions of the cytoplasma. So, dear students, when we are talking about the structure of the cytoplasma, it consisting of all the parts together inside the plasma membrane excluding nucleus. Okay. So, excluding nucleus, what happened? It consisting all the parts together, where inside the plasma membrane. How the cytoplasma is there? It is like a jelly like a substance, or you can say it is a colorless, partially transparent, semi-liquid structure. Okay. So, it is not a pure form of the liquid, it is a semi-liquid. So, what is the color of this cytoplasma? It is a jelly like a colorless substance. Okay. And with this, it is not a fully transparent, it is a partially transparent. What are the main constituent of the cytoplasma? It contains a mixture of water, soluble inorganic or organic compounds and the various organelles. Okay. So, what is the main constituent of the cytoplasma? It contains a mixture of water and the soluble inorganic or organic compounds with a various organelles. Always it state in a motion. Okay. So, what happen? Always it is not stopping in one way, or you can say it is not stopping in a one place itself. Always it is in a moving in the motion. So, this is the main structure of the cytoplasma. So, this is the cytoplasma. Where it is present? It is present in the plant cell as well as the animal cell. So, when we are talking about this cytoplasma, always keep in your mind which type of substance it is. It is a jelly like a substance which is having which color? That is the colorless. Okay. They do not have any color. So, what are the main function of the cytoplasma? So, it is living part of the cell and all the life functions takes place in that cytoplasma. So, all the living functions like a respiratory system, or you can say digestive system. So, these are the living part of the cells. So, where it is functioning? It is functioning in the cytoplasma. All metabolic activities occur in it. Okay. Metabolic in nature, you can say. So, whatever metabolic components are there, where it is existing in the cytoplasma. It provides the medium for the initial steps of the respiration. So, when we are discussing about the respiration, this provides a medium for the respiratory system. It gives the support to the respiratory system. It provides the medium for the initial steps of a respiratory system. These have the different organelles embedded in it to perform different functions. Okay. So, here some another organelles are present in the plant cell, or you can say animal cells. So, they are embedded, or you can say they are a bundle of performing the different kind of the functions. So, these are the functions of the cytoplasma. So dear students, today we have covered about the cytoplasma and the cell wall concept. In next class we are going to discuss about the cell organelles. In that we are going to discuss endoplasmic reticulum. Next is the vacuolus, mitochondria, plastocytes, lysosomes, Golgi apparatus. Still more things are there to learn. So just keep in touch with your books, otherwise you will going to lose your marks. So dear students, keep learning. Have a good day. Bye bye.